Thank you guys for coming. It's great seeing everybody. Obviously, coming off the bye week, it was a great opportunity for us, to stay sharp and continue to get work in and do the things we needed to do to clean up some areas that we felt like we could focus on. But really an opportunity to just get rested and get healthy. And I think we tried to play that balance as best we could. It's been when you get that bye week after week 5 and you kind of head into this back run stretch of the season, what you really want is a fresh team. You want a fresh team coming out of the week, and I think we were able to accomplish that. And so I was excited to get back out there on the field today. You guys are excited for what's coming, and then it starts Saturday night against NC State. Looking at them, obviously an extremely talented team. I think what they're doing defensively jumps off the page. I think they're very explosive. They're very disruptive. What they're doing in the front six is causing a ton of disruption. I think they lead the ACC in sacks. Peyton Wilson is having about as good of a year as any defender I've seen in my recent time watching this game. I mean, he's all over the field making a ton of plays, and so he's obviously a kid that we've got to spend a ton of time prepping for. And then they've got a really talented secondary. The corners are really elite at covering. The safeties get heavily involved in the run game, and they're very physical tacklers. And then on offense, obviously last week they made the switch to MJ Morris, and I think that ignited a spark in everybody. I think obviously Brennan Armstrong's a kid who's played a lot of football in this league and is a really talented kid, but I think everyone around MJ stepped up, and I thought what you saw last week against Marshall was a complete offensive performance. They threw the ball well, they ran the ball well, they were really physical on the offensive line. They played extremely hard, which they always do, and they were able to really hang a lot of points on Marshall last week. And so this is a really talented team coming in. It's a crosstown rival. It's a game that obviously we're excited that we're playing every year now, just because of the proximity of the two schools. It's certainly something that you feel like should happen, and so excited for the opportunity Saturday night. And then from an injury update, just to stop you guys from asking, Riley's dealing with an ankle. He's day-to-day. He's recovering. He's making really, really strong progress. He was out moving around, throwing the ball this morning. We'll see what happens this weekend, but I do think the outlook for him is really positive for the rest of the season. So we'll see when we can get him back. We'll just list him as day-to-day for now.
Mike, was he able to do anything last week, or was it just recovery for Friday?
Last week was recovery, yeah. Okay. Last week was recovery and getting him into a position where he could be weight-bearing, which he is now, and so now he's able to kind of move around and start the process of getting him back into a position where we feel comfortable that he can go out there and play the game the way he's capable of.
How do you feel about Henry's preparation and his ability to play in case Riley can't?
Yeah, so Henry was available against Notre Dame, and so he was dealing with something UConn week, but he was back and ready to go for Notre Dame. And then obviously Henry's a kid that we've got a ton of confidence in, and and we certainly believe in very strongly. And so that's ultimately what has to happen. Henry will go out there, and we know he'll be ready to go.
How much does it factor into the decision of whether Riley goes or not, that running is such a big part of what he does?
I don't think it matters. Obviously, Riley's such a huge competitor, and when he's ready to go, he's going to go. And I think the one thing that he's extremely competitive in every aspect of his life, and so he's attacking this rehab about 6-7 hours a day. And so I think he's on a mission to get back and not miss any games. That's kind of his thought process, and so again, we'll see whether that's a reality or not. But when he's ready to go, he'll be our quarterback.